Hello and welcome back to SYWF, and today we're off to an EFL stadium that has been abandoned since 2008. Or has it?
Oh my god, look at all of this. Just on the roof of a football stadium? What on earth is that?
But why are we at SYWF going? Well, the stadium might have been abandoned by the Rotherham United men's team, however it has found a new lease of life in recent times as the home of 10th tier side Wickersley Youth ladies. And with a capacity of 8,300, this actually means that until Everton women move into Kiveton Park next year, 10th tier Wickersley Youth ladies have the largest sole purpose women's football stadium in the country, and actually the second biggest in the world, only behind the CPKC Stadium in Kansas City. So we went down to watch their final home game of the season, and while the stadium technically only has one stand open, we had a look around the remains of the rest of the stadium. But before we get into that, let's have a little history on why the stadium's abandoned. So the stadium has been in use since the 1890s and became the home of Rotherham United men's team in 1925. Over the years it saw numerous promotions, hosted the inaugural League Cup final, and even played host to greyhound racing. In 1987 the club went into administration and Ken Booth, owner of scrap metal firm CF Booth, whose headquarters are next door, took over. He kept the club somewhat financially supported for the next 2 decades, however problems began in 2004 when Booth decided they wanted to sell the club after the collapse of the promised £315 million ITVT digital DV deal that had been catastrophic for many Football League clubs. A consortium mainly consisting of fans bought the club for £1. However, Booth kept Millmoor and the club's training grounds as they were pretty much the only tangible assets the football club had. A lease was agreed until 2008, and after this Rotherham had hoped to agree a new lease while they investigated building a new stadium, but current owner Tony Stewart spoke to The Athletic and said that the offer didn't feel right, and so the club moved out. This was temporarily to the Don Valley Stadium, and then in 2012 to the New York Stadium where they're at today. And so since 2008 the stadium has only seen the occasional Sunday League match, but has pretty much been abandoned. That was until League Pyramid football returned in the shape of Wickersley Youth ladies.
What are we doing?
We're here to go look at Millmoor Stadium.
It's really warm.
Yeah?
You're an intense vlogger, you know that.
So yeah, we just had a little look around the outside of the stadium first, and actually at the CF Booth scrapyard, which was right next door to the stadium.
Adam, what are your thoughts on it?
It's got a lot of character.
It's cool, isn't it?
Better than the New York Stadium for me.
Wow, controversial.
So now that we were inside the stadium, we had a look around the stand that's technically open, although it didn't really feel open at all. It still feels completely abandoned. I mean, there's so much stuff left over, and it's weird.
Oh wow, the toilet.
Yeah.
Should we try and flush it?
Yeah?
Oh, there isn't a flush.
Huh?
Oh my god, look at all of this. Oh, it stinks of... Have you had too many pies?
Yeah, not really sure why I was recording that, but then an even weirder shot, I don't know why I've recorded that. It's absolutely disgusting.
These are like the old turnstiles, and it looks spooky, but wow. There's a bin. Anything in the bin? An old can of Pepsi Max lemon or lime. Not lemon.
So then we saw some stairs and we went up them, of course, and just like that we're on the roof of a football stadium, which is crazy. And of course I did another shaky zoom in shot of the New York Stadium. We get it, you can see the stadium.
Look at this. Look at this Pepsi can. You can see the old Pepsi logo. Look at this 7-Up.
Oh, this is definitely for
Just on the roof of a football stadium, as you do.
So we got down from the roof and started to have a look around the rest of the stadium, and we started off with this stand here, and yeah, as you can see, it has been completely left to just overgrow. We weren't actually the only one having a look around. There were a couple of other people there for the game as well, and then we decided to, I guess, go out of bounds to have a look at stuff.
This is inside the refreshments still. Wait, oh, you know what I'm trying to do. You gotta sell me that bottle of Coke. Hello, how much for a bottle of Coke?
We've only got one left, but unfortunately we're closing.
What?
Great bit of comedy there from SYWF. But then we went inside this sort of ambulance room, or at least that's what it said. It was very big, maybe more like a conference room. But again, like everything else in the stadium, it was incredibly strange because, as you can see, everything's been stripped out of the room. There's nothing there. There's no remnants of Rotherham. You can't see any Rotherham badges across the entire stadium pretty much. And yeah, there's just nothing there. I went in a toilet here. I mean, there were a lot of toilets, as you expect. And yeah, I mean, the electric situation, I have no idea what's going on there, because you can see all the fuses are there. The fuse boxes, they've all just been cut. So I have no idea if this stadium, if anything was to happen to it, there'd be a massive rebuild in terms of that stuff. And yeah, it's just weird. Just look out the window and just walls. So this is the conference room that I was talking about. Yeah, weird. As you can see, that would be where the bar is. And then I noticed this.
How did I not notice this? It's a TV. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm aware of how disgusting that is. I don't know why I did that. But yeah, then we moved on to the other stand behind the goal. And this bit was really interesting because, as you can see, there's been some bottles smashed as sort of, I don't know if they were there before the stadium, but then, I mean, as you can see, look at the view. It is still incredible. This stadium should not be abandoned. There's still so much life in it, despite, as you can see, I mean, the state of it. And this was the refreshments thing, and the prices, they were really interesting.
Sausage roll is £1.20.
Yeah, Rotherham United Football Club water. What? Tea, 120. Lucasade, 130. Crisps. Oh, to be fair, crisps for 60p. Snicker for... Snicker? I thought
Mars is 60p.
Snicker? Is it not a Snickers?
It is Snickers, yeah.
That is the most random thing I've ever seen. A dog? Oh my god! It's the dead dogs. It used to be a greyhound. I told you it was haunted.
Yeah, the whole idea there was we were trying to look for some way to be able to call the video haunted. And the fact that there was greyhound racing back in the day, I mean, yeah, it's a bit of a stretch. It's a bit of a stretch. It was not haunted, I can tell you that, although it was very creepy. The players were now starting to warm up, but before we went on to watch the game itself, we found this, a police detention room. And of course, we had to have a look inside. And it was very interesting.
What is that? What on earth is that?
Still have no idea what that is. Let me know what that is. I also somehow didn't notice the roof has caved in, so not really sure I should be in here.
What is in here? Oh my god, it's a prison cell!
So yeah, these two detention or holding cells, I guess you'd call them, for troublesome fans. Really, really cool. I mean, this whole police centre bit, I mean, I didn't even know these existed in football stadiums. But yeah, the power situation again. I mean, that's just been left there, which is incredibly scary. And then we moved on to, I think this is the security sort of gantry, I guess you'd call it. But I mean, it looks very much like a Sky Sports sort of thing, doesn't it? I mean, the view is amazing other than obviously the dusty windows. And this is a view of the half-built stand, which was, construction was stopped because they found some Japanese knotweed, and also the financial situation at the club. They just left it.
Tell the video what happened just now.
We're told to leave this area.
Wow, look at us. Kicked out.
Well, we weren't actually kicked out. We were just told to leave the area because it wasn't safe, which obviously I think you could understand, especially when you saw the state of the roof. But we made our way around. As you can see, there's some really old seating, back to our seats to watch the game. I do have to mention the seats themselves, so they were incredibly dusty and felt very disgusting putting my bum on that.
Until like a couple of days ago or something.
Game's kicked off here at Millmoor. We've already seen the first goal. How was it, Adam?
Pretty simple goal to start us off, down at the far end.
Expert analysis there from Adam. Yeah, so then the game played out. It ended up finishing 2-1 to the visitors, Kiveton Park Reserves. But actually, Wickersley Youth, the home side, they still won the league. They'd already won it beforehand. This was their final game of the season. And yeah, it finished 2-1, and that was our time done at Millmoor. A fascinating visit to an incredibly cool stadium, and it's amazing to see it being kept alive by Wickersley Youth ladies, and thank you to them for having us down. If you are wondering why SYWF have done nothing to the stadium and just left it as it is, well, one theory put forward by The Athletic is that SYWF has kept the land for tax purposes so they could offset the depreciating asset that is Millmoor against the profits from their scrap business. And depreciating assets are mentioned in the company's recent accounts, but not specified what those assets actually are. But yeah, definitely a very interesting topic. And if you are interested in finding out more about South Yorkshire women's football, be sure to head over to our website and social media channels, and you'll be able to see all our latest content. But yeah, thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.